hello lovely people, it's Candy here. It's not a long time since I filmed a video, but for some reason it feels like it's been a long time since I filmed a video. I don't know why, but that's the kind of mood I'm in today. I thought I'd come on just for a ramble. I wanted to talk about my name change and just give a heads up for a slightly new direction on the channel, and how the name change links into that. So some of you may have noticed I've gone from using my own personal name, Candy Morrigan, on the channel to, well, it became Soul and Soil, which I can't say very well, which is one of the reasons why this morning I changed it yet again. I'm tweaking, guys, I'm tweaking. And at the minute it's standing as Candy, Soul and Soil, which is easier to say for a start. Candy, Soul and Soil, it kind of chips off the tongue a little bit easier, which I prefer. Also, I was finding when I was going into live chats without my own name on there, people didn't know who I was, or if they did, they were using my channel name, and it felt less personal. And for me, YouTube has felt like finding a beautiful tribe, and I didn't like my name being taken out totally, because I liked that feeling that I'd found a little tribe of people that got me on here. So I put Candy back in, Candy, Soul and Soil. Now the name change, it came about. I wanted the so I've got my dog down here, has come for a fuss. The minute you hear me start videoing, you want stroking, don't you? I know. I wanted the name to kind of reflect the types of things that I'm doing on the channel or want to do. So my name went back in because that's really important to me. If a few of you have seen past videos, you will know that my name came about as part of a name change after healing from some quite significant periods of abuse in my life, and going no contact with people, and really a big upheaval in my life that involved a lot of healing from post-traumatic stress disorder, and a good 6 years of intense healing work. And my name change was a nod to that work. And part of the channel will be about talking about issues around healing and trauma, and some of the info I've got on that, because that's really important to me, to share some of the paths that I've walked, in the hope that that might help other people. So my name going in there was kind of a big deal to put that back in. Then the soul bit of it, as part of that healing, the soul bit is permission. It's permission to have my own voice, to own my own narrative, to stand in my own truth regardless of what other people are saying. I think if you've been surrounded by very abusive people in every direction, the power to stand up and own your own truth is so liberating and so amazing. It brings your soul back home to you, and once your soul is back home, you can start to embrace all the things that you love. So that led me on paths into a new spiritual life, embracing the animal energy that had always been with me but I'd never officially recognised, of embracing deity, working with deity that again had been with me but I hadn't recognised, of walking away from old spiritual paths, namely being in and out of the Christian church, to fully embracing paganism and witchcraft, and pursuing a path of a solitary witch and all the magic that entails. So it's about witchcraft, animal energy, deity, of course tarot. What a huge passion that is now for me. I am probably about a year in now, and it's something that I felt I was doing before with my artwork, and it's just such a huge part of my life now, that passion for tarot. So none of that's going anywhere on the channel. That's all going to be there, but it's all kind of tied up with that permission to be yourself, to be uniquely you, and to stand in your own truth. So that's the soul bit of it. But a huge part of that permission giving for me is my art coming back in the mix. The two major relationships that I had in my life, which spanned over about 23 years of my adult life, both relationships didn't allow me, and I was in the stage then of waiting for permission from people. So if people said no, it would stop me. And I had 23 years of my major relationships, two major relationships, both of the people involved telling me no for art studios, no for space or time for my art, no for any of the mess or the single-minded focus that it would require for me to pursue an art practice. So for 23 years, my art was put on hold purely through practicality, lack of space, lack of time, lack of support, lack of financial access to any finances to fund it, lack of encouragement as well. I was told for a long time, you're not an artist. People closest to me had said, no, you're not a real artist. I'm fully trained and I've earned money being an artist, but, you know, still not a real artist. I was told for years that I just stuck things on stuff, and that didn't make me an artist. And I wasn't allowed any space in the house. And it just didn't happen. And again, when you're caught in that web of waiting for permission from others and looking outside of yourself and not giving yourself permission to stand in your own soul loves, then major parts of your life do get buried. So my art is part of that soul path too, and that's going to be probably one of the biggest changes on the channel. I'm going to start bringing a little bit more of the art in. Does that mean I'm now going to become a full art channel? No, because I'm a balance in reality, and I want my channel to reflect my reality. Witchcraft is a huge part. Studying my new path is a huge part. Reading and books and animal energy and working with deity and learning the tarot and tarot decks, it's all part of it. But so is my time in the art studio. So I'm going to bring a bit more art onto the channel. It's starting soon, guys. It's starting tomorrow because it's October tomorrow. Where this year has gone, I do not know. But it's October, and in October there are two big monthly art challenges going. There's Inktober, which is a big challenge throughout the whole of October. It's Jake Parker, I think, is the person that originated it. It's been going for a few years, and I've watched it for a long time, but I've never actually taken part in it. And I've always thought one year I'll take part in it, and this year I've decided to jump in. So Inktober, it's 31 prompts, so they're single word prompts that inspire you to draw in ink daily for the whole of October. So I'm going to take part in that, and I'll be uploading. I started prepping for it about 5 days ago. I'm adding in an additional challenge, which again is part of my soul path, which is poetry and using words and writing. Before I ever did a YouTube channel, I was around when blogs were a big thing, and I had quite a big blog, and I used to write, and I loved writing. And again, that's a passion that got buried by other people. So I am I'm doing poetry each day in Inktober. I'm taking the prompt I am going to explore the prompt with a poem and then use that poem to inspire the artwork. So that will be the setup of all the Inktober videos that I'm going to start loading. It will be the prompt, the poem, some of which are really short, and then the artwork. So it's the things combined, which is what my artwork is all about. My artwork has always used words and visual art, and the two combine and they bounce inspiration off each other. The artwork will inspire more words, the words will inspire more artwork. For me, the two things have always gone hand in hand, but it's the first time I've ever shared my poetry with my visual art so closely linked. So it's a little bit nerve-wracking, but I'm really excited because it sums up totally who I am. And I started looking at the prompts about 5 days ago, so I'm a bit slow. I forgot that the prompt lists had been released. And the first few immediately took me into the lessons of the healing that I've been through. So some of the Inktober pieces, some of them might be slightly darker than you would expect. Hopefully the general theme of the month will be more positive. It will be about actually the healing rather than the trauma into healing. But this is your heads up. Day one in particular, I have actually finished day one now, ready to upload for tomorrow. And it's quite dark. It's quite dark. There's nudity in it. It's full on. And I just hope that people on this channel can appreciate what I'm doing with it and aren't too by it. So that's a heads up for tomorrow. Buckle up for tomorrow's. It's a bit full on, but it's really important to me, and it's important that I share what's true to me, because I've spent 51 years not having the space to be true to me. So that's why there's going to be more art, October in particular. I am going to take pressure off though if I can't get all the 31 prompts done. I'm not going to stress too much. I've started already thinking, oh, I'm never going to get it done, I'm never going to get it done. Added into the fact that I'm also doing another art prompt. I'm doing Mab Graves, who is one of my all-time favourite artists. She's on Instagram. She's amazing. I am taking part in her Drawlloween again, which is an October, again another prompt art challenge, but based around themes to do with Halloween. But it's basically it's drawing Halloween, Drawlloween. And I actually took part in this last year as well. And Mab has got the most beautiful, supportive, kind soul, and the community that's built up around her soul and her artwork is also beautiful and kind and supportive. So when I decided I wanted to take part in Inktober this year, I just couldn't bear the thought of not taking part in Drawlloween as well. So I've taken on both with poems. But if it takes me 2 months to do it, it takes me 2 months. If I get it done this month, then great. There's no pressure. I'm taking all pressure off. So there's going to be quite a bit of art throughout October being shared, and I hope you enjoy it. And if you don't, I hope you still stick around anyway for all the other stuff that's still going to be going on. So that's the soul part of my new channel name. It's all the things that I'm giving myself permission to do and be and have space for and time commitment for. It's my soul bared out in life. It matches my reality. And then of course the soil part is the idea of my magic garden, and that was the first love that I reclaimed back, was my garden. The soil part is again linked to the idea of planting seeds, and the fact that you can plant a seed at 51 and not feel that it's too late. I think when you've handed a lot of your life over to other people and you get to 51 and you suddenly feel like you're starting again from complete scratch, it's easy to be sad about that. But I think at 51, with the wisdom I've gained and the knowledge of the paths that I've walked, starting again at 51 is a rather glorious, triumphant beginning. And those seeds that I'm planting now are magical seeds. So it's not just a link to my garden, which is a big part of the channel as well, but also any seeds that we want to plant at whatever age we are, whether we're 15 and being told we're too young, or we're 51, 61, 71, whatever age, being told we're too old. It's, if you've got the seed, plant it. It's never too late. So that's the plan. It's healing and art and magic and witchcraft and tarot and gardening and planting seeds and giving yourself permission. So that's the story behind the new name. It's the heads up that from tomorrow, October's going to get a blast of art, and I hope you love it. And it's a slight warning that some of it's quite full on and in your face, especially day one, which is going to be baptism by fire for everybody. But it's just a slightly new direction that I'm really excited about, and I'm really looking forward to sharing. So that's it, guys. A new name and more art on the channel, and I will see you again soon. Bye.